it's set up and working how I want it to. Hey, I'm Shari. Welcome back to my unedited playthrough of Disco Elysium, where I've had just enough time to play this over like the past 6 months that I'm absolutely holding on to every bit of knowledge that I can to keep my head straight on what's going next. I think I'm doing forgery today. Oh, nice. I left off in the church. I was also wondering about that from the Marvin the Android comment. Alright, so I don't think that I have anything that helps him.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of her body, her face oval and sad.
Visual calculus, huh? I mean, I haven't been able to put anything else into the one that would help us with understanding the pale or nothing. Well, okay, there's nothing available for that either. Or that either, okay. You could have more drama if you wanted to. You could have more lying if you wanted to. Okay, yeah. So you just... I gotta try this game with, like, more of a leaning toward the blue skills sort of a thing. Okay. In that case, I hope that we have the skills to forge stuff nevertheless. Yeah. I didn't expect the progress with the rave to be as spooky as it was getting to be. Just running around, Raver. I don't know. Would I want to talk to anything else while they're here? Yeah, maybe. Because it was weird enough. Okay, and I also want to check my settings.
On your mind?
Oh. Okay. So there's some things to talk about there. But only a little. Hello to you, Jinx Arcade, saying the Jinx has arrived and I'm high on depression medication. Hey, guess so stabilized, guess so medicated. I hope you're feeling relatively alright. And, okay, I mean, I don't think that I...
Spirit entered. What is there to talk of?
Oh, yeah, we did find out a little bit more about Noid from a cell right over there. Yeah, I mean... So, the carpenter. You're a carpenter?
I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveler. Made me a bit manic, you know.
Is that your equivalent of rebelling against the 9-to-5 matrix style?
I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side dance community these days.
Okay, just finding a group that suits you better. So, okay, but you're not gonna ask me how I knew?
Why? You're a cop. I carry carpentry tools.
Oh, just had faith in our abilities. We could talk about the glasswork. It hurts that the blue stats are so low.
The mass murderer? Why?
Well, you could go in here to be a big fan of the resettlement programs. I just wish, like, knocking around in here there could be any hint.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
I mean, we almost got her.
No, that's not it. It's something more. Something closer to your skin.
I guess you stare grimly into the distance this time.
The speed freak looks the same way. It is dark there in the back of the church. For a moment, the music echoes strangely.
Sheesh. Alright, guess that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, just a constantly worried kind of a face.
Sure.
I really craving like different things about the checks. Okay, like I feel like it's okay. You see, You sent me something earlier about but now it was like last time I played this, and about like resetting the skill caps. If I scroll back fast enough, can I find it? Okay, we are, however, still on a mission finding Lilienne. And I mean, we could ask to get the signatures, just see what they think. It's just the two of them, right? I think it's just the two of them. Hello. Hello. You're great to talk to. I wish I could talk to you for better things. Hi.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
So not to be a shill for the union pressuring you into things, but I was asked to get your signature. I want to know what you say. You wouldn't just go ahead and sign it, I know it.
Are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the union building?
Well, a youth center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
And thought that what? Let's get your perspective.
That Evrart and the union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess union members have children too.
I mean... okay, so we could ask her to sign it, or not ask her to sign it, or... like, it feels like there's not gonna be transparency, and it's just gonna throw his weight around. If I have to be, like, locked into one, I would go with, okay, don't sign it.
Aye, if you say so. Probably better that way. I mean, who likes construction noise?
So you're just neutral. Huh, okay. Not much of a conversation. Not much of a conversation indeed. So other resident, ma'am, who's been letting us stay here so graciously. Got anything to say about it?
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Hello, dear ma'am. Okay, so don't sign this right away, but do you have anything to say about it?
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all the scribble. Tell me what it says.
Yeah, just say what's up exactly, youth center.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses.
What do you mean?
Have you asked Lilian about this? I won't even consider signing till I know she's on board.
I mean, I did ask, but is it different if you go in that order? I would imagine that maybe nothing's different. Hello to Nerd Burp. I'm very locked in on a gaming stream.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
So there's only changing your mind. Alright, what do I miss in the chat? Talk about feeling the hardcore sort of rave music. So there are two thoughts in the game that I think are your only chances to ask Joyce about the Pale. One that will reset all white checks, and one that should raise those skill caps by 3. Pretty useful, both of them. If I could just look up what's exactly there, and just saying, the construction noise. Right, it doesn't feel transparent, but he seems like someone who does things for the community. I don't know. Hello to Some Death Jr. Hope you're doing alright tonight. You're saying the thing is with Evrart is, I think he's genuine about wanting to help people, but has other motives as well. Very multi-sided, that's hard to gauge. Yeah, like, if the construction caused a little damage to their houses or anything, or caused the road to be impassable for a minute, then because she's not part of the union, would they have, like, grounds to complain? What am I doing to him? What am I doing to him? I don't know if I could just go around not deciding things. Although that's highly amusing. What else you say in the chat? Here, sounds like he's always lying. Yeah, So the tasks that we're having are to make the jam harder core and also to progress the murder investigation. Where? Ooh. Okay. It seems really strange. Really strange. Okay, you can talk to Gart also. that there's Doom. There's signatures around here. It's like, I guess, like, based on actions, I genuinely don't believe that Evrart is gonna, like, do something bad, because, like, he obviously has done a lot to earn the accreditation, the faith of the people that he's leading. Let's talk of looking up the thoughts. Very cool. Oh, and I could talk to Idiot, Doom Spiral, and friends. Oh, about the signing. We're fast traveling 2 ways. Why not? Why not? We can do this. And yeah. And alright, fellows around here. Can I talk to Child about the signing? I would guess probably not. Honestly.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
We can ask questions such as, is Lily your sister?
Yes.
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 We can ask if you're being laconic about it. Why would I press? Okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I mean...
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
I did click on a different one. It gave me this. Okay, I did. Okay. Anyway, there's going around. Yeah, there's some things that I haven't talked with you guys about. Namely, everything, I would say, probably.
Good to see you, friend. Do I have deals set up for you, buddy boy?
Well, do you? What are you talking about? Huh. We could call him a friend or assert that we're not friends. I don't know, it never hurts to know what deals are going on first.
So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap. Very cheap. I got Pilsner. Great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
There's something about his tone of voice as he delivers that. I really haven't talked to him before, huh? Amphetamine question mark?
Hi. By amphetamine, I mean speed.
Yeah, perfect. Well, we didn't tell him that we're a police officer, so he wouldn't have heard that. Thought by speed you meant amphetamine. Yeah, let's go to a little circle. I love circles. Makes y'all dizzy.
Hi. That's what I said.
Oh, we got it.
Good, my man. Now what can I offer you?
There's blue medicinal spirit? Why does the bottle of spirits cost 300 real?
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture.
And you're dead set on selling it too? You can let him speak, or no one can buy spirits for 300. Spirits mean something different to them than it does to me, doesn't it? Yeah, what?
You know, it's funny, actually.
What's funny? Tell me.
He's finding it difficult to focus his watery gaze.
But you're still selling things in this state, huh? What?
What?
What do you mean, what? What was funny?
This guy.
Yeah, maybe this guy is funny.
Conversation might bring a discount, no?
Where'd you get the bottle from?
Oh, This is medicinal spirits, the good stuff. Got it from the doctor's office.
Like a business venture, or they left it unlocked?
I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink.
What?
Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go.
They put something in him to stop the alcoholism? Or what?
It was. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor's office. Not a charity, the real thing.
Okay.
Those arseholes charged me 4 real to remove the damn thing. But I came out on top after all.
Is it sarcastic to say have they no shame for us taking money for a service they provide? Or I don't know when something is sarcasm in here. Sure, assholes.
But the idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead things.
Okay, genius, how's it going?
Fight 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila. What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.7%, almost pure alcohol.
Spirits are not something different to you than they are to me. It snake hooch? You're
2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it.
well, not to remind you of the price or nothing. I've gone so far into this rabbit hole. We're keeping the substance abuse as low as we possibly can after the initial drink. Smell it?
Yeah, be careful. It's extremely flammable. One spark and the entire city of Revachol is wiped off the map.
Feels like someone set a mustard field ablaze right inside your nose, then drenched it in tear gas. Your nose is a singular source of pain, but at the same time you don't remember the last time you felt so alive.
Owie?
So, what's the deal, friend? Want the spirits or not?
I'm gonna... What the hell would I use it for? I have just been carrying some stuff around. I don't know what you're saying over there. You're saying that... Huh. Okay. You're saying that boring cop will raise your skill caps to 3, and you have to say 4 boring things to do it. Might be a thought you already have and haven't internalized. I would kind of hope so. I hope I didn't accidentally reject it, because it seemed like there were a couple things accidentally rejected. The Insulindian Miracle unlocks all white check, which I think you get by completing Evrart stuff and reporting to Joyce about it. Yeah, might as well then. Saying Rosemary's a funny guy, and and forgets what he says mid-sentence. Yeah, sometimes it's a regular low attention span, no substances involved, but I can't say the same for this. Yeah, what the hell? 5 lemons and half a pack of butter. You making a sauce? You turning your guts into a sauce? Indeed. Okay. So, other uses for a bottle of alcohol. Can I just hand this to people? Give this to a child?
3 real and it's yours, friend. The deal of a lifetime.
So, did he forget that it was 300? I'm sure.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend.
I guess. It's quite the business.
Oh, the system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard.
That's a visual.
You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor exquise, sold 2 to the fellows around here, and immediately invested the profit.
Speaking of investments, how about construction in your neighborhood?
Bought cigarettes, bought beer, even bought a bit of speed. And And look at me now. I got everyone on my hook.
Including yourself, man. You can say I'm already hooking for Kuno, I think. Are we loyal? Are we brand loyal to Kuno?
Seriously? Are you?
You could say he says I'm his pig hooker or something, whatever that is. That's not really helping me with the boring cop sort of thought. What does he say if I just wanted to see what happens if I say it?
Fine.
Cool.
And the lieutenant is annoyed.
Sorry. Okay, we can stop by in the. I don't think that we have a boring cop around here. Huh. It's nice that it lets you derealization? Cool, no info on that. Huh. Oh, okay. And these are all the ones that I'm already on. And okay, I mean there's a good variety in here. And boring things. Actively boring. 4 of them. Okay. What gets like even boringer? I feel like I can't strategize this, and yet I know that it's possible.
In the civilized world, it's a custom to tip the shopkeep, friend. But come back anyway.
That's the least civilized thing I've ever heard of, please. Okay, so we're in here, and and can I have boringer thoughts in the pants? What are these doing? Yeah, I mean, maybe. It feels bad though. I don't know if that I don't know. You could put your logic up versus your drama. The necktie is still doing it for drama though. Does this make you boringer? I want to instinctively say maybe. You're boring, but you're dramatic. You're boring and you're dramatic at the same time. Sure, that's pretty good, I think. Anything to say, man?
Tequila sunset.
Oh, we could give the jacket, but you rejected it so harshly. We could hear the story of the name again. We could hear them more stories if we so desired.
I do. But as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift.
Well, we've got some of this.
Not much, but it will do.
Cool.
The tale I'm about to tell you is an urban legend particular to Martinez. That said, I first heard it from a former bicycle courier in Koran.
I mean, you do kind of have a storyteller's voice, I want to say.
There are many variations on the basic story, and the details often conflict. What everyone agrees on is that nobody knows the exact nature or identity of the phenomenon.
I love phenomenons.
Are you telling the story of the headless?
Okay,
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary.
cool.
Summer of 44. 17-year-old Gertrude Het is walking home from a late shift at the harbor. It's almost midnight. She stops for a cigarette near the canal.
And she dies?
The streets are warmed by a southerly breeze. The lights of a passing motor carriage bloom and fade in the distance.
This is perfect, Shivers. I mean, for all the difficulty I'm having with every single blue check that exists, I'm glad that Shivers is strong at least.
In the harbor's dark, her cigarette is a beacon, dancing alone. The image comes to you effortlessly, as though you'd walked the same streets yourself 1,000 times.
Our heroine finds herself enjoying the peace and quiet the canal provides. What she doesn't know is that her peace is about to be shattered. From behind her comes the clattering of hooves. Startled, she turns around, and what does she see?
Let's say the giant of Coconut.
What? No, I told you this is a Martinez legend. It's a man
Is it a giant man? Work with me here.
with no head on his shoulders.
Cool.
Wearing a found tracksuit, searching for the legendary found cap that went missing when he lost his head.
It's strange to hear an urban legend with a brand name in it, but I guess that's on me for not, I don't know, having enough creepypastas. Did he wear a rideable?
I thought that he rode a headless pig.
On it, Lieutenant.
Well, there are many versions of this story, the most peculiar of which has the headless found rider riding on the back of another headless man.
Stack 'em. You could say that's implausible or that's spooky. Oh no, we're feeling everything. It's so spooky.
Yes. According to legend, young Gertrude Head had to endure years of psychotherapy before she was able to look at a horse or tracksuit again. And she's one of the lucky ones.
Okay.
Gertrude Head may have been the first to witness the headless found rider, but she wasn't the last. Oh no.
Tell him about the two feminists by the locks.
What?
Fuck, Rosemary, they were dating. No one said they were feminists. Everyone always misremembering this stuff.
I mean, from the way Rosemary said it, I would think that maybe he doesn't know the difference between feminists and lesbians.
This wouldn't be the De Ponte Delgado case, would it?
Oh, do you already know?
What? You know it.
Okay, let's get some out of you, Kim.
I've read the case file. But please, go on.
How real is this, Kim?
Right. Early autumn of 46. Ula de Pont and Eva Delgado are fishing near the waterlock long after the sun has set. The wind picks up. A sky already dark now blackens. Water starts falling from above. The first cold rain of the season.
Two women stand on a small outcropping of rocks. One of them is wearing a purple raincoat. Thin lines reach out from the rods into the sea. Small droplets start appearing on the surface with increasing frequency.
Is it bad that I don't go outside enough to know what that feels like?
The women are caught in the downpour. They act quickly. Eva gathers the rods whilst Ula turns around to reach for the tackle box.
Don't turn around. Don't turn around.
Inland Empire. How do I... Somehow their dialogue in any situation, like if you sit Harry down in a horror movie, you're gonna be spouting off like that the whole time, aren't you?
When she sees something. Her shriek is so violent that the residents of the nearby apartment building believe lightning has struck. But there is no lightning. Only a heavy downpour and the silhouette of the headless found rider looming on the horizon.
All the way on the horizon?
Ula makes a run for the shore, but Eva slips on a wet rock and disappears into the cold, cold canal with nary a sound.
Kim, was the case file this detailed, Kim?
Her body is never recovered.
What did the case file say?
Naturally, Ula de Ponte became the prime suspect in the disappearance of Eva Delgado. De Ponte maintained that it was the so-called headless found rider and that she ran fearing for her life.
Is it murder?
During the investigation, it became apparent that there was a love triangle, the third party being some small-time businessman. I don't remember the exact details. The leading theory was that an argument broke out on the jetty and De Ponte pushed Delgado into the canal, then cooked up this stupid cover story.
That's involved. Was she arrested?
No, she committed suicide before she could be taken into custody. They found her in the bathroom with a rifle, her face slowly peeling off the ceiling.
The ceiling?
Not a pretty scene.
Sheesh.
Man, that's some grisly detail. Oh well. Here's to another case closed.
Well, now you're an even stronger storyteller now that you got details, Mr. Idiot Doom Spiral.
Anyway, that's the story of the headless found rider. Pretty crazy, huh?
You can ask about crazier stories. You can ask who it was before he died.
Well, Tequila, that's part of the legend. No one knows for sure. There are a couple of possibilities, though.
Like?
Some say he was an undercover cop who blew his cover and got beheaded by the vicious gang he had infiltrated. Now he rides, searching for his lost-found cap, plotting revenge.
Not his head, like the headless horseman would in our mythologies, but the hat, because you had the drip, I'm assuming?
O headless brother, where art thou?
Huh.
Others claim he was a professional jockey who veered off course during a steeplechase, ended up in somebody's backyard, and got decapitated by an exceptionally taut clothesline.
Even decapitation couldn't stop his commitment to the sport. Are you that committed?
Physical instrument. You're always asking me stuff like this.
Personally, I think he was just some guy who hanged himself from a really tall tree, and the fall was so violent that his head came clean off.
Would you have to be kind of heavy for that to happen? Tie some bricks to your feet?
Coincidentally, at that exact moment, a horse happened to pass under him, and his beheaded corpse mounted it, where it remains to this day.
To this day?
But then, no one really knows.
What kind of horse would drop
For some
it?
reason, this does strike you as the most plausible theory of them all.
I don't like that either. Let's get like some rotten meat and some kind of a horse. Can the horse rest? I don't think it can. You can say it was the undercover cop, I'd want revenge too, or he was a jockey committed to his sport, or I've got to agree your theory sounds the most plausible. So this feels like a bit of a crossroads to me because I know that the boring cop thought exists, and the last one seems the boringest to me. Does it count toward boringness?
Like you could do better, Tequila.
I don't know.
Anyway, to each
I don't
his own.
know.
You want to hear any other stories?
How can I tell if I'm getting boring? You're getting a little bit boring. There's two boring things over here. Okay, that's good to see. We're keeping track of it. How much more boring can we get? You've seen some weird shit or whatever. Yeah, I guess. That's not one way or another. We've seen weird shit.
Hard to argue with that, I suppose.
Why? What comes to your mind specifically? I know I was saying it, but now I'm curious what you were thinking.
That's the reality situation for you. You think you got a handle on it, then blam! It throws some wild shit at you. That's why it's critical to stay well hydrated.
Yeah, hydrated. Usually that involves water. Do we have a crazier story?
Yeah? Why don't you go eat shit, Tequila? There's no way you know a better one than that.
You could just tell of all of the cryptid stuff. Yeah, maybe. It was something a gnome that dissolves its victims with acid.
Acid gnomes? Sounds like a stupid, low-concept band name.
Fine. You don't want any part of my acid gnomes. What happened?
No one knows. Some say he stalks Martinez to this day, and can be seen near the canal when the clock strikes midnight.
It's mid-afternoon. That's a funny-ass time to tell some spooky stories.
He won't, though, because it's just a stupid legend.
I love you, skeptic.
I saw him one night when I was right shit-faced.
You've seen a lot of stuff when you were shit-faced. That doesn't mean anything. We could hand the jacket, hear the name, something. I mean, it's pretty interesting up in there. I don't suppose that this fella has anything to say about development.
Don't call her.
You wake him up?
There's no waking him.
Yeah. Okay. So fast travel doesn't quite work from there. I do wonder about forging this stuff just for the hell of it. Forging what you've got just for the hell of it. Is it an interactable? You've got chewing wrappers, you've got white envelopes from Evrart Claire.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Okay. There's logic going on. Can I wear some logic before we're going into it? Anything? No, you're already in the logic shirt and the boring pants. I don't think you have any more logical pants than this. That's as logical as it gets. You could have a less dramatic. Okay. This is probably... Yeah. Okay, there's encyclopedia. You can have a little bit more logic that way. Well, great. The rest of it naturally has nothing to do with logic. Alright, perfect. And just like, look at it. What do I miss in the chat? There's Pleepy who stopped by to say, hey, hey. You're saying the boring cop is called regular law official. Wait, what? Okay, so there's getting the alcohol down to $3 where we were, being Kuno's pig hooker. So many things just casually feel weird.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Yeah, what is it? What does it even mean? And I just handed it to them without reading it myself to begin with. Alright, so let's scroll on down. There was Tragic Yuri. There was a teen with some businessman. That was a little bit funny listening to the story, and then I feel like our little camaraderie stat that tells us all the deets about Kim, I feel like that usually feels a little professional, so it was kind of funny to hear it respond to a scary story, just being like, wow, I really feel for this one that I've never met. Yeah, sure, have a big heart. Okay. How much sketchiness is going on here? We look at it.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
That's kind of massive. Where are you getting this? Kim, what do you think?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
Come on, man. Is everybody taking a cursory look at it? Well, I've got my little glasses on. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. Okay.
The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
Just constant? 40 months. 40 months. Wait, who wanted them out of here? That's like a significant portion of a child's development. So, what are the ramifications of this? And we know from talking to them apparently, and from your internal dialogue after talking to them, they need all the development they can get. What are the ramifications?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
Just a ordinary, perfectly legal pressure tactic, huh? So, yeah, they're gonna have to move away, Kim. Can we do something?
I should have seen it.
Yeah.
Evrart probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, will already be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. So, why you feel so watched around here? Okay. Was there anything else to be
The
gained
youth center
from
cuts into the ocean.
looking
like
at
the
it? No,
bow
that was
of
it.
some
Alright, put that back. Don't accidentally go clicking any red checks. Alright, Kim. Let's get somewhere private then. Do you follow me in here? If I go on in here. I ever showed you this? Alright. Just leaving me for a second. Fine. Fine. How about it? How
You
about
take
it?
the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
I feel like I don't know how it even works out. Go more about it. Evens. That's all you got. That's all you got. Evens. You could go twice. Has perception... Is it always kind of passive? How much has it helped me? Yeah, go again. What am I using it for? Anything? Well, I feel better about it. And yet I would feel even better if for no reason whatsoever, if I just saved first. If I just saved first, I would feel even better. Oh, hello, Nikai. How you doing? This late hour of night. Well, we're on a weekend though. Okay, indeed. Okay. Forgery. All
You
alone.
take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Forge.
The pen is shaking in your hand as you draw a pathetic little line.
Do we love it? Is it good? Do we love this? Perhaps. I take a second to read the chat. We found out the things have been sketchy. So we wanted to give him bad signatures, but good bad signatures. The saying Evrart has eyes almost everywhere. Did you want to know where you can get it signed? Yeah. So. How committed am I to that? How committed am I to that? Do I want to say? If it doesn't do it like 2 times in a row, then it's not meant to be. Do I want to say? How you feeling, man? A lot of things are against you. Can't you at least have a light bit of time travel if you wanted?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Is that good?
With a confident flourish, you complete your forgery. What do you see on the signature line?
2 names?
Indeed, they look distinctly different and very convincing. These might as well be their actual signatures.
Except...
But they're not, and the document will be nullified if they dispute it. That means Evrart will have to start over.
Well, that feels nice. That feels good. I was about to have crippling depression. I was about to be, what kind of way is that with this? I was about to be your over-empathetic mirror area, the way I'm feeling for fictional characters in a story that I just got into this way. Even though I've been with this one for longer than you've been with any Doom Spiral story. How are we feeling? How are we doing?
All you need to do now is mail the signatures to Evrat's accountant in La Delta.
I love a bureaucratic wrench in the gears. That's us. So we put it on back. Yay. Is it shady? to go against you saving nothing. Alright, everyone. Alright, everyone. Would I... Does it let me talk to them about it? Does it let me talk to Lilienne or anything about it? Well, thanks, Home Slice. You didn't see nothing. I understand why you wouldn't want to go in there with me as I'm doing forgery. Hello, ma'am. I've done you a
Oh,
solid.
the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Just secrets, Lilienne. Just secrets and being a mysterious guy. Goodbye. Okay, where do I go from there? You're not judging. We just make our own joy or something. Is that what's up? Do I also? Okay, so I do know where to mail it at least. Even as an unobservant person, it keeps you directional. We do some fast travel. We do some everything. You say it first try. You know, in a way, it's kind of double forged then. We kind of meta forged that one. Ooh, forge it inside and outside. Alright, do I see mailboxes? This is a plaza, right? And that is a mailbox. Sure. It just gets mailed. Oh, so
Dented
niceys.
yellow mailbox greets you with its graffito, bullet holes, and an RCM sticker.
So there we go.
You drop the white envelope in the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on what sounds like a couple of letters.
Maybe one day we'll meet our kindred spirit as public servants. The mailman.
About a week's worth of mail as collected in there. They'll empty this very soon.
Alright, Evrart. I hope this is a beautiful mess for you.
Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug, Evrart. You know he's going to play you somehow.
And hey, if it turns out to be a good project and they can actually live with the construction noise, then they won't even need to dispute it. But if not, then they can put a stop to
Right,
it.
let's go back to Evrart. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
Can we also say fuck the mail delivery box? I'm having peace for now. I'm having just incredible amounts of peace for now. Just peace and what's more, boringness. We're running. Actually, yeah, okay, it doesn't hurt to go to Evrart first. I am kind of curious if anything points us to Ruby, lady driver. There's Magic's saying, so now all you gotta do is tell him. Indeed, we're running around all here. And it definitely had to check the little game notes to remember where the mailbox was. There's we do not kick our friend the mailbox. Just a peaceful, happy little fellow in a oppressive, logical shirt. Oh. I know I'm trying to channel boringness here and there to get some boringer options. Ooh, running around. Get some boringer options, but it feels a little strange to take it into so many scenarios. It feels like, are we projecting the utmost skills? Hi, Evrart. I'm here with a pry bar and things. What are you noticing about not a fishing rod? Sure, I mean, does that lead to anything?
Mr. Dubois, every worker... To hell with it. Every worker is white. Now, what can I do for you today?
Apparently a light sprinkling of racism out of nowhere is... Or what do you mean? So I've mailed the signatures.
The golden boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this.
The time does not elapse on the clock in the game when you're knowing things. So how?
My friend, the mailman,
Cool.
confirms the letter is on its way. You've done a great
Well,
deal
that
today.
was fast.
You've given the children of Martinez a future and proven to be a true man of the left. I can finally trust you now.
How beautiful, beautiful friendship.
You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun, nothing is off the table.
Beautiful. What's on your table right now? Is it my gun, Mr. Evrart?
See, forging that signature really paid off.
I mean, hey, I totally felt like I didn't have much before interfacing.
Well done, sire. By guile and deceit, you're in.
I love you, drama. So the signatures, I know you plan to force them out with the construction noise. I mean, I guess we could say that. Did you order the hangman killed? I mean, I genuinely don't think so. I'm most curious about the gun, but I feel like maybe I could have the chance to ask other things. Can I get the gun, though?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me, but it had to be done.
Well, for some reason, I don't even feel like cussing him out. What good does that do? Where is it, man?
An old woman has it, and let me tell you, Harry, word on the street is she's a character, so watch out.
Bad news for you, we're all characters.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one he described as terrifying.
So the gun's still with the woman who bought it from Roy.
Yes, the same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway,
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't
Yay.
worry, Harry.
the neighbors of this old woman contacted my men because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
Okay.
Waving the gun around doesn't sound good. None of this does.
To be fair, it sounds like you've also done that while drunk. Although that doesn't make it fair, it just makes a lot of things very sad and terrible. So she's waving it around at people.
As I said, she's a character. I didn't have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
Okay.
It sounds like a very disturbed and desperate individual.
Yeah, well, luckily we've got the empathy for it. Who is it?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
Great.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I still think that's a euphemism for you and Kim, just police.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
What fun, Kim. How delightful.
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
Perfect. Can we meet?
I already have. Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
Past the fishing village, huh? Do I have a mental image of that? Well, how fun.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
Well, that's precise. Thanks, Inland Empire.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Look, man, you agree I want the gun again and for it to not be out there, right? Come on. There's... Okay, so, and then frankness. We didn't curse him out, but we can be frank. I know you plan to force them out with construction noise. Do you just evade everything? Do you?
Harry! By now, you should know I would never do anything tricky like that. However, if the construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving, well, let's just say there'll be freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
Is there any way that they can Do you have any room for an old woman in your union? I'm like, how can your protection extend to these people instead of being used against these people?
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces. They're very large.
Huge, huh?
So the village is doomed.
Yeah.
You were there. You saw the place. A wasteland. There's nothing left. But mark my words, officers. We are going to reset it.
You trust me so much, don't you?
Reset. I have big plans for Martinez, and they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce.
Sure. What do you mean?
Harry, imagine a youth centre, supermarket, church complex, employing hundreds, no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise and life. All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing.
I mean, youth center, supermarket, church is how the malls in the Philippines work, more or less. You can put anything in there.
Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
We can ask if you expect me to believe that. Well, come on, what's up?
Yes, I do. I got the centre, I got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot go on.
Look, just because 2 kids are giving a real bad impression to passers-by and cops in Evrart Claire doesn't mean that their whole town has to be obliterated.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain.
I mean, maybe it wouldn't be so heinous if he just offered him a comfortable place to live instead of just kicking him out.
The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that.
Kuno and everything. So we could say, I knew you were up to something. Sounds like you got this. You can rely on my vote. Can we lie like a lying liar? Can we lie like a lying liar?
Oh, I do, Harry. I really do. I'm gonna make the working man richer than Joyce Messier with that vote of yours. That's my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
Massive.
A true
Excellent.
anger in him, as he thinks of her.
Eee. So, that's some light conversation. Did you order the hangman killed?
Order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that.
Well, we could ask him, why are you so fat? And what do you gain from him being dead? Or another question,
Why a war, of course.
Yay.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi. I have victory to gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
You're not concerned about the mercenaries? I mean, your power is in your manpower, isn't it? And their guns can put a dent in that. Yeah, aren't you afraid?
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men.
And how about all the men that money cares to buy?
The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them. They made a huge mistake hiring those guys. No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
Beautiful. How's it connected to the strike?
Harry, there is no strike, only war.
Yeah.
Class war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid. Or wait, is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that.
Okay, not anything of a businessman in you, huh?
We're not gonna give
At least in
nothing.
terminology.
We're gonna take Terminal B away from them. The roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, Even the damn coffee maker. We're gonna take all of it for the people and fuck Wild Pines.
Sure.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot from his mouth. He doesn't swear often.
Yeah, no, I got that one.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Because you want the terminal, you want the war.
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gourmand go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her asshole. She has no chance.
We could ask for clarification on that.
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start.
Well, that's... Did a little bit of a drum beat creep into the background music? That's a little ominous that you would tell me all that then.
It's already happening.
Hey, how? Okay, who killed the hanged man? You can ask that. Let's take a sec to look over at the chat and see what's up. Yeah, this hijinks arcade saying, I appreciate empathy pointing out the possibility of this not being a bad person, just someone who's unstable and dangerous. Yeah, is that... I only know of the one apartment complex, unless there's gonna be more areas of the map. That would interest me. More areas of the map, indeed. And so he is... Okay, the instincts tell you exactly where she's gonna show up. Oh, okay, near the working class corpse. Okay, I didn't have the clearest image of it in my head. So Everard's being genuine and talking about true equality, except instead of spreading the wealth, making everyone super rich, which I guess would equal things out anyway. I do kind of wonder, like if he only wants it for everyone around him, just to like boost this area up, everyone working for him. And there's so we ask more questions. Who killed the hangman?
No idea. Could have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Evrart Claire. Couldn't have done it without him.
None of this stops the mercenary tribunal that I'm so worried about.
The guy, huh?
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
Well, that feels amazingly true. How many of you guys are there in the Union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
Well, he's sharp about it.
2,373 is a sizable contingent for a labor organization in Revachol.
Yeah. How you gonna fund your new independent harbor?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Yeah, I mean, you seem like a planner, like a leader.
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day.
So, I mean, you can't possibly hope to continue.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer.
Well, that's amazing.
With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That sounds like either drugs from the Hardy Boys' perspective of things, or you're what, loosening safety regulations. Is that what's so fast? Not that I would believe in Wild Pine's ability to have safety regulations. What's up?
That's drugs.
That's drugs.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitzer.
Hey, don't call him stupid.
There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samarin Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it.
Okay, smooth talker.
All they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
Health, 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 of course. It's just the tip of the iceberg, though, isn't it? You could say that sounds shady, or I'm digging this part. Okay. That's okay. The iceberg, tell me about the iceberg.
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column.
So, local mobster, what you up to?
We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his benefit, and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperazole.
Healthcare, of course. Wow, you really put a spin on that.
And the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidon.
Okay, Kim, suck it to him.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys, but I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
Smooth talker,
But
okay.
if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
Okay, we're deep into some other questions. Is Ruby helping you secure this fantastic share?
Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
So, she's doing a part, though?
Understood.
You can say drugs are a no-go for me. I'll report this. I really wonder what the hell that does in terms of like keeping dialogue open with him. You could say that's a well put together plan and far removed from you. Interesting stuff. I just want to solve this murder, okay? Makes sense to regulate the drug trade like this, keeps it out of more dangerous hands. I mean, as much as okay. I'm trying to find out where the boring things are. I just want to solve this murder, okay? Boringly.
You know why you're such a good detective, Harry? You don't get sidetracked. You care about the people you're supposed to protect, not some systems that may or may not be unethical.
Ugh, does this help or not help?
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez.
Okay, dear. You could say it would still be illegal. Is there a trade or isn't there? Say nothing. Do I get 2 opportunities to say something boring? Is nothing something boring?
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel.
You gonna be some kind of a talent agent, Evrart?
I'm gonna unite them all into one economic body. We're gonna incorporate this place to Kingdom Come. Everyone's gonna be in on the wealth, and everyone's gonna pull their weight.
Sheesh.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
I mean, okay, interesting. You can say, I don't want to look at the big picture. I want to look at the drug trade you almost admitted to. Smooth phrasing, let's say. If it has the word incorporate in it, then I like it. I'm a money guy. It's very ambitious. Love what you're doing. Or it's not Revachol enough. Not enough flags or kings. Honestly, it's not my place to judge or express an opinion. No, I'll go for it. What'd you almost admit to?
No, Harry. That's boring.
Is it?
All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it.
And is that just an expression of your trust, like reeling back?
Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
We have no risk, don't we? Well, how about we love what you're doing for the working man? How about it?
Thank you, Harry. Thank you. You have no idea how much it means to me, because in many ways, you are that working man. You have already done so much work.
It doesn't feel like it. I mean, in some ways it feels like it. In some meaningful, emotional ways it feels like it. And yet, very distinctly, right? There's like not really hide or hair of a murder around here, much less a solution. What to do about it? Well, can I ask you about specific union members then?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time. We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry.
Beautiful.
You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big time mode, Harry.
Sure, you look like it, you sound like it. He's going for the big
There's
time.
something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big time mode.
He really is a valuable part of their community. I mean, I guess that's it for now. Take a little look at the chat. We had stuff about things equaling out and his noble goals and just really being on top of everything. And saying that surprise electrochemistry wasn't noticing the drugs. It kind of makes me wonder if putting on the Boringer pants tamped it down a little. And it sounds kind of like some mob-based healthcare in here, indeed. There's a strong operation set up in here, factored everything and thought I had a million steps. I appreciate Evrart being someone who's actually proactive and trying to change a broken system that protects the awful people in power and punishes the less fortunate. Right? Like if the drug trade is like promoted, that's gonna suck for the addicts and their loved ones. And yet, and what a thing to append an and yet onto. Can he actually make some good out of that? If it's gonna be there anyway. You're saying, I forgot to mention Evrart swearing when he usually doesn't. Oh, it's like we were talking about with Milchick. Yeah, the rarer swears are more effective. There we go. So, there's drug trade, there's trying to select Boringer options.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union.
Sure.
This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
Dang. Okay. Closed off little dialogue path here now. Okay. I could have more questions about the harbor, about the murder, about everything.
I'm always happy to educate and entertain you, my friend. So, what's on your mind?
Looks like I basically got a preliminary look at those, although maybe I could go more into it. Would I actually get more detail about the drug trade?
Very nice, Harry. Most certainly, Harry. Nothing brightens my day like brainstorming these things with you.
Nothing except changing the subject again.
By all means, Harry. I'm always happy to educate and entertain you, my friend. Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through?
Let's click through
Clients
some
would take a well-known
options.
multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any.
We've been running back channel negotiations with all the major clients. I think the company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer.
That does seem kind of different to me. The phrasing, back channel negotiations.
With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership,
Saw
the
it mostly.
Drug
Onto the
trafficking.
drugs mostly. Is there any other path I can
drug
take in
trafficking,
here?
all they do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
Is it strange if I go back around to say that I'm digging it? What if I'm digging it? Do you trust me so much now, Evrart?
So am I. The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad.
Great.
We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry.
And
Great.
the kids on the street can get speed and pyrrolidon.
We
I'm
go over it.
old-fashioned
We
guys to
go
what
over
if I
it.
were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
Do you just declare that you're gonna report it or something? You could say it makes sense to regulate it. you could say it's put together and far removed. All of it?
It's also far removed from my men and the people of Martinez who put their trust in me.
Yeah, I mean, like, so not exactly workers of the world unite, but definitely workers of his world unite.
Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbor's turnover, just like the harbor is, but a small part of Martinez.
Does one of these make more progress than the others? You could tell him to go on, you could ask if there's a trader isn't there. Is there?
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez
We've
as a
seen
whole.
the big picture.
Now I'm gonna unite them all into one.
We talk
economic
about
bloc.
uniting.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Well, listen, you're talking like one of these gets into it to admit to something up in here. You could just this just closes out of it immediately. Well, I guess you get one for not judging
Harry,
either.
the length you're willing to go to keep your nose clean is remarkable. You will always have a warm bed in Mr. Claire's household, my friend, and a special place in the future of Martinez.
Cool. That didn't seem better, that just seemed dirtier.
Very nice, Harry. Is there anything else?
I truly have no idea, but thank you. Thank you, Mr. Evrart. We're gonna find that gun, we're gonna find everything. There's the complicated person and... okay. And wondering if we're gonna tell Joyce about all of this next. Yeah, hopefully we're on to some progress after Evrart has become our best friend. They've got their own coffee around. They don't even need the Wild Pines coffee about. Saying the Rainbow Party sounds pretty game-based. Yes, honestly. I'm in there being like, so does that also mean homosexual? Does that also mean homosexual to you? I don't think anything's new with our
Oh, hey, mister.
dear little
I'm not
Leo.
gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before.
No, that's a
I know
paragraph.
you're probably a busy man.
That's
being
a paragraph.
An important police officer and all.
It's a
and
paragraph.
Personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
Leo, I will be sure to keep your peace. Leo, you precious little lad. So I want to ask about someone.
Mr. Evrart doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
It's spoken like somebody who's gonna run your mouth, huh? Well, who's Edgar? Are we getting covered in snow? Hold me, Kim. Who's
Mr.
Edgar?
Edgar is Mr. Everart's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does. But a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
We don't have to interrupt so soon. What's up?
All kinds of places he visits. Him and his brother both do when they're on a vacation. Right now, it's Mr. Everart's turn to look after the union. But last year, he spent a whole winter in South Africa.
It does sound weirdly intimate when Evrart Claire says you will always have a warm bed. Who warmed it? Just us, presumably? Anyway, so... yeah, he's
Left
gone.
with the first autumn rains and didn't come back before the trees were green again.
But do you know about Manana?
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Evrart sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
That's absolutely precious. I mean, you make everyone feel a little better, too.
Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times like this.
How about Measurehead?
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Yeah, I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
Yeah, no, you're saying this to the police, technically.
That's precisely what he is. Everart's dragon.
Huh. Well, how about Titus?
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
You know, I would love to know that side of him in some capacity, maybe, before this is all done. So how about Evrart?
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Evrart would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
No problem, Leo. How about Renee?
The night guard. He was a peculiar fellow. Headstrong and proud. We didn't really talk all that much. He died recently. Something with his ticker.
Yeah. So it's a community kind of news, huh? Guess that's it.
Sure, mister. What can Leo do for you?
Well, I wish there was a little option to just say thanks. Just say thanks, Leo. Have a great day. Don't get too cold. So nothing about Ruby out here. This seems like a dangerous sort of place to run around, but we keep doing it. Why not? Alright. Keep on going. And what the heck is going on there? He wrote, Harry has a hell of a harem going on between Kim, Evrart, Martin, Isjan, Lilienne, Joyce. You know, it's such an uncommon thing to see in plots to begin with, such that I never even hope for polyamory. But of all the things that you could bring to a weary working class collection of people just beat down by ordinary life, if you could bring anything to that, a polycule does a lot. It could do a lot. It's like a union for drama, if I go by the Seattle definitions, or it's like a do I wanna talk to the people around here? It's been a minute since we said hi to Manana. Yeah, go back up the stairs, get those steps in. I don't think he has anything else to say, but there's Manana there. They're saying that Call Me Manana is the bard, pretty much.
Hola, wandering man. How can I help you?
Well, nothing looking particularly new. Guess we're just saying hi, Guess we're just saying hi. I don't imagine much would be new with Big Scary either. I don't think so.
Right to work!
Yeah. It's weird knowing who you are, though. I don't think that there's anything much new, but it's good to check on. I don't exactly think that anything would have necessarily changed in... Hi, pale driver. In the little cab, or nothing.
This found, A to Z, abandoned by its owner, still stands in the shadow of the ruins above it. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
What's up?
There's something odd about the passenger seat. The seating fabric has been pulled tight over the lower side of the seat where the toolbox should be.
Did I miss that before? Do I have a better stat? We'll peel it off then, I guess.
Voila! A stack of neatly folded papers has been stashed behind the seating fabric. You see 3 maps depicting a large metropolitan area. It's Revachon. Some of its routes and highways have been outlined with a pen.
Totally new to me.
Bonne prise.
What? Okay. You can fold open the topmost map. Yeah, I guess.
This large map displays the elevated motorway called 881. The intake leading to Martinez is marked with a blue X. There's another X on the off-ramp at a place called the Old South.
Can I meet you anywhere?
Toll booths at the intakes are marked with a circle. It looks like there are scant few ways of getting onto the elevated motorway that runs over Jamrock. And this person knows them all.
Every single one?
There, hundreds of thousands of motor carriages roar on the 881. High above the mess of brown and red roofs, that is Jamrock. The commuters don't even look down. The world ceases to exist outside the windshield.
It does have a strange isolating effect. Like, I don't know, I feel like I remember reading some study about people feeling less of a sense of humanity when they're driving and more of a proclivity to cut people off. So, where's the road lead? Yeah, explore it, I guess.
To Kuron, through the middle-income neighborhoods there, by the river, and then to Stella Maris and La Delta for work, while the men and women of Jamrock scuttle to their fates below the road.
You're describing Jamrock more like an actual rock, making all of the people underneath it insects or something. The second map, what's up?
This municipal map from the 30s displays a complex system of storm sewers underneath a sub-district called the Pox, old military hospital, right adjacent to the 41st precinct. No storm will ever drown Revachol, the great solution to the riddle of history.
Just sort of proclaiming that, are you, Inland Empire?
Wind rips through the empty hallways of the once great military hospital, now just a ruin under an overgrown park. Beneath the hospital, great sewer tunnels hum and vibrate with life of their own.
Did we pass a hospital? Felt like we passed a hospital that was all abandoned, and maybe there were sewer openings nearby. You can ask what that sound is.
The rattle of motor carriages and lorries driving through long forgotten tunnels, lit by gaslights.
And a third map, what's up?
The final map displays a labyrinth of service tunnels left over from the construction of Motorway 881. A few routes have been marked with a pen, where the tunnels and sewers surface near the eminent domain and a traffic island in central Jamrock, by the lake.
By the lake, huh?
These service tunnels were probably used during the construction of the foundation beneath the motorway.
Anything you can go to, explore, and get to know better.
Looks like the smugglers have infiltrated the road network belonging to East Motor Tract.
The smugglers have infiltrated the motor tract we can announce.
So it would seem.
Yeah.
The RCM patrols most of these auxiliary roads, though apparently not all of them.
And is the patrol strong enough? Or is someone paid off? Where does the contraband end up?
Hard to say. This distribution network looks certainly large, yet still vague enough. It doesn't reveal much about the Besmerti behind it.
And we can ask him about that word. Sounds vaguely familiar.
The Besmerti is a Revacholian crime syndicate. They see themselves as the inheritors of the 14 Revacholian Indo-tribes. But really they're just violent gangs vying for control on the west side of Revachol.
Natives? Native people?
With cool names, like La Puta Madre and Ahura Mazda. It's a dark parody.
That's interesting to put together. So, who's behind this?
It's definitely not the Union. They just do some logistics. This operation has spread everywhere in Jamrock. If it's that widespread, then Madre remains the most likely suspect.
If you say so.
Here's bad news. There have been attempts at a serious investigation before, but they haven't ended well for those involved.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually accompany it.
Okay, Kim. Go, Kim.
Especially bad news for cops who may have something in their past they don't even know is there.
half light. Is that just paranoia, or did we run into him? I guess we return that stack of papers.
Best not to disturb the scene. I'll have forensics go over the lorry and pick these up later.
Yeah.
The stack of maps looks just like before, barely noticeable. The movie stars look silently by, and the pull-out toolbox has a rubber handle, worn from years of use.
That's neat. I didn't expect to find something
It
uninspected.
was the rusty old lorry door.
That sounded so very loud. Alright. I don't suppose that anything would be new about the Pale Driver, but I guess since I'm in the vicinity, I would still ask. And so, there was talk of Leslie for not being able to understand all the racist shit Measurehead says.
You caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
I'm so sorry, but I don't know if I have many more questions. And maybe we could just ask about things randomly.
Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain.
And you can just claim to have too many records to listen to.
The woman sways her wrinkled shell back and forth, a strange grin across her face.
Is there any hint about the Pale?
She's just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her get back to her things.
You hear that, Loman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
That's why I'm in the dark about all things, everything, all the time. Let's check the chat a little bit. Glad to have checked the lorry, honestly. Why are you up so late, Kai? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, it's good to see you, but oh my gosh. And I do love the writing that comes with Shivers. Like, honestly, it's tough to think about, like, what stats I would want to do if I re-rolled a Harry up in here. Re-rolled him like so much clay between your hands. Because, on the one hand, I want to know all that encyclopedic stuff, all that visually calculating stuff. On the other hand, it's strange to think about, like, what would you sacrifice exactly? I want Shivers to be in there, but then do you have to have low all the red checks? How's it work? Does it balance? I guess you just change the subject. Pale Driver.
Is what it is.
Yeah. And it was pretty explored, though. Pretty explored in an earlier time. So all we do is just run around in the snow. Careful not to slip on your ass. You just keep on going. Hey man. So you know Ruby? You didn't give us the name, I think.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Apparently not poetry. I could ask more about the strike, but I think we'll just get out of there. We bothered you a lot. Wish I could bring people a hot drink or something as public service. Alright, so of all the main things to do, I mean, okay, I guess we're kind of near here. We're sending you running everywhere, absolutely everywhere. The note encouraged, like, really looking around the crime scene. I feel like it's been relatively thoroughly looked. I actually did get to see some footsteps.
What do you see?
Oh, that's great. Okay, you can have more information. So our odd soul wasn't in the back of the whirling. Yeah.
I don't know. They're about the same size. Not the same boat, no. But they could be the same person.
Sheesh.
It still doesn't rule Ruby out. People change shows, after all. But this isn't an argument for her guilt either.
Just ambiguous and now covered in snow. So, I mean, there still was one soul.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
Okay,
I
that's
wouldn't be
just
surprised
old
if-
stuff.
Oh, this one's easy. Way too easy. It's a driver.
With a piece of sandpaper glued to the throttle. Which means that the missing lady driver was also present at the lynching? That's it. She's the odd soul.
Huh. Feels like I got two bits of dialogue next to each other that contradict each other. You can say she's also the one running the drug trade, or women, or you can say, how deep does the rabbit hole grow? Oh, well, she's also in the drug trade.
This looks like proof the missing 8th person at the lynching was Ruby. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Yeah, pretty intensely, I would say. Pretty proudly, I would say. You could say you think the entire union is involved, maybe all of Martin is, or those jerks definitely, or she could have kept it a secret, or this would fit with what Joyce told us. I mean, it fits, but you don't have to assume.
Understood. We should still go and see what Titus Hardy has got to say on the matter. This might throw them off, work in our advantage. So, what else?
Just that there's no horizontal boot prints, because whoever worked in the Whirling's pinball workshop didn't walk here. Or whoever walked in that dust. Yeah, I guess that's pretty specific.
No, these prints are pretty standard. The ones in the dust looked custom. Or maybe they're just a foreign design. It's a boot print, whatever the case.
Are we Cinderella's princess now? Just going around looking at people's feet? Okay. I mean, I think that's a fair level of detail. It's good to go over it. I don't think anything's new with Kuno. I'll click on you, man. Click on you, you're here, why not?
Fuck does Kuno care?
Oh, right, yeah. Did you take any locusts?
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about books.
Okay.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Okay.
Shut up, see.
You have the bugs, though.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
Look, it might help me with certain achievements and such.
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
You can say, what's this about? No one's lame. What's it about, though?
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
What if I'm a lawyer cop? A cop who's also a lawyer.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
Can I bring her back?
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack? You should check it out.
Sure. I wasn't going
Kuno
to.
doesn't fucking care.
I wasn't going to, but I will now. There's something hilarious about just booking it. What's strange about snow dripping? And so there's saying that Shivers is honestly tied to a bunch of other skills that I'm not as much of a fan of. Right, it's like probably physical instrument has helped one or two things be a little bit more survivable. I don't know, it feels kind of useful in that regard, but but they're really tied together, huh? Yeah. And okay, so going back to the footprints was pretty nice, and what's going on in the shack? It's crawling with
All
locusts.
around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air.
What the
The
shit,
earthen
man?
floor of the shack has been shaped into mounds of mud, dotted with little holes for windows.
Kuno, this is weird.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case.
Kim, I needed to solve something at this point. I needed something to go. Okay.
Of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Thank you, Kim. I'm gonna ignore the sarcasm in your voice. I'm gonna take that as sincere. Who's sarcastic? No one's sarcastic. You just, everyone loved me. Okay, so that's precisely what I was thinking. Or we could say to stop being so sarcastic. I mean, I know I've just said that, but we could double down. I'm so happy right now.
Yes. I feel we are nearing a real breakthrough.
For the Insulinian phasmid, perhaps? Please?
If anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. The phasmid did not take the bait from the traps. It was Kuno. The phasmid doesn't exist.
Yay.
But what do I know?
Yes, no, there's some locusts here.
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the magic bug was nowhere near here. The phasmid phasmid is impairing your judgment.
Logic? Logic, you speak to me that way one more time and I'm taking off my pants. Because they are making me too mean. So we should ask Kuno to stop.
I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are doing just fine.
Perfect. So, Bug Shack. Baby Bug Shack. It's a Bug Shack. It's a Bug Shack. So... Kuno! I almost ran you over. Kuno, what was that?
Fuck does Kuno care?
You took the locust.
Yeah. Kuno took the bugs, so what?
Now you're lame, that's why.
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over you.
You can't be disappointed about everything. You could say, I was really hoping it would be the reed phasmid that ate the locusts, not you, Kuno. Or, you say you don't give a fuck about the bugs, and then you go and build a whole bug town. Yeah, I'm curious about all of this. What's he say to my hopes about the phasmid?
Yeah, well, Kuno's all you got, bitch.
Perfect. Drop a mixtape when. So, you built a bug town though?
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Look, I mean, you might be interested in what the cryptozoologist is doing. Can you use your chaos for something harmonious, or is that not it?
Stop!
Begging him to stop being lame.
You stop. It's like they're fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
It's good to have some kid interests. It's great.
The girl forces herself to watch again, the corners of her eyes twitching from discomfort.
You can ask him if he's some kind of artist, or just say that's cool. Does it throw him off if the pigs think he's cool? Hey, Kuno, that's cool.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you. Oh, that's how lame it is. Please just don't say you're
an artist. Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
There's a lot of things that could be a positive influence on you, kid. You could say it's cool to make art, or art's lame as hell. I'm gonna encourage you about the art. Go meet Cindy right now.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in like 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
What was lame about a disco cop who shows up in a bow tie and my most boring shirt and pants? What's lame?
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
He tears at the buttons of his shirt, trying to rip them away, and they don't give way. Yeah, perfect. I love that image.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
You are ready for the world. But is the world ready for you?
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
Okay. Well, if it's all built on insecurity, then does the fun stop?
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves. Someone closing a window.
What's up?
So that's what this is about.
So, she just thinks that if anyone's too much of an ordinary, upstanding citizen, they leave her. You could say that depends on the choices you make, young girl. Or say, me and Kuno have discussed this. I promised I won't do that. I mean, that says nothing. There's the option to say nothing, but that also says nothing to someone as distrustful as her. I promise, though.
I don't believe you.
I know.
For once, the boy is lost for words. He turns completely red now, with splotches of white beginning to appear across his face.
You good, kid? We could tell him I need you to stop, or what does City of Locusts mean? Yeah, what's it mean? Do that one first.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck.
I mean, It seems nice. Someone should give you some little toy blocks.
Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I just lame everything I touch. You can say I need you to stop taking the locusts. Because it's really important. Is it though? Nah, we're going all in on it. We believe it is important, yeah.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. She was right.
No one's happy.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence, just long enough to make eye contact with Kuno.
What's gonna happen then to the locusts?
Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
What if they just keep living there though? I guess that's it then.
What are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
The Intralindian phasmid. You wanna know about it? It's kinda cool. Yeah.
He recognizes the name.
You know it? No, come on. I didn't expect that.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
Yes. Yes.
There's silence between the two children. They're not saying anything to each other, nor looking in each other's direction.
So he can't be happy because she doesn't feel safe. Alright. I just walk through the cold ass snow ruining children's day. It's alright. They ruined my day also at some points. I mean, since I'm here, but I want to break the bad news. I mean, it's bad news, so you don't want to break it. So he's super into bugs, huh? It was really cool. Talk about him being an artist. It is funny to see him pose back into place every time. Every time this loads up. Woo! That's some fast running when you're indoors. Do I tell him? He's saying he's gonna be a gay artist.
Officer.
Like all the
Once
you follow on Blue Sky.
A new trap design, that is. I know you're skeptical, but I have a good feeling about this.
So he promised to stop stealing the locusts because we made it lame.
So it was just a child.
I'm sorry, but you deserve to know.
Thank you for telling us, sweetie.
Whew.
This is good news, right? It means we can try again.
You're real positive, Lena.
Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing locusts. It's something else.
It kinda hurts my heart that maybe in another life Kuno would just help you guys with this stuff.
Yeah, you're right. We just need to restock the empty trap. Then we'll need to inspect the traps one more time. And then maybe
This whole quest makes me want to believe. Is that the something that's gnawing at your confidence? I guess we did just get him back here.
He has a 38-degree fever. His resilience has given way.
Jeez. I'm hearing more from the yellows since I upped that.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting sick. Maybe it's time to go home.
You could just stay taking it easy for a week, 2 weeks.
You're right. We can come back next season when it's warmer.
And you could say, I'm really feeling this is costing me time on my main investigation. Hey, I honestly have no idea about the time scale of all of this, just that it feels a little bit urgent, but also it's moving very slow. You could say it's not worth risking your health, you should call it a day. Or, I'd offer to help, but I have things to do. Can I still restock the trap for you? I mean, it seemed a little bit quick. Oh, you can accept enthusiastically. That's sweet to me. Sure, you're enthusiastic. You know, you got a big warm coat, you've got a tiny cold Kim, and you're gonna buy him a coffee.
We are getting really carried away with this, aren't we? Fine, it's better than having these people get pneumonia on the coast. But after this...
Okay, you're getting stern, Kim. You're getting stern.
It's too much, officer.
What Morel means is we're grateful for your help.
Why not, you know? Why not?
Here's a fresh fractured load.
Woo!
They should slide right down the funnel. And thank you again. We will definitely mention you, should this lead to a discovery. I'm not talking co-discovery, of course, but...
Okay, okay. Keep your pride.
Wow. Co-discovery. You'd be famous. You'd show them all. This does tingle the pleasure center.
I love your phrasing, electrochemistry. This tingles the pleasure center. Okay. But he just said he wasn't talking about that. Well, there we go then. With a box full of locusts, you would tell me if the box full of locusts expires or something. Ooh, okay, you have the option to sell it. Sheesh. Alright. Saying he's practically a shrink minus the diploma over there. There's probably nothing new from Mr. Man. There's a little bit, I know.
Hi again, gendarme.
Just wanted to hear your voice.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
And... like that.
It's you again. What is it?
Whoa. Hello to you, Marley. Are you up here at some kind of late hour? I'm all locked in on the game, just glancing back at the chat occasionally. Whew. Okay. We can get real interrogation. I mean, he got more gentle a little bit, but I still feel the residual incredible amount of tension from the majority of time that I've known him. I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
Why would you put it like that? Do I need to? Yes, I do. Okay, we can say because she's your real leader. I know diplomacy. I would think I know some diplomacy, and that doesn't seem very diplomatic of me to say. You can say I'm gonna level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads to the killer. Or I've seen her in a delirium, and instinct whispers her name into my ear. He gets turned, I'm assuming, sometimes, but I don't know, like, that he respects it immensely. God, you can say I need to pin this on someone, and I decided to pin this on her. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought maybe we could start to chill out around each other. No, it's good. We don't have to. We can say, I suspect she killed the victim, that's why, or a civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby, or she's a suspect in another case. God, a lot of these are real bad. If I only get one, I'm going with 6. We have to mutually stop a civil war, please.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit.
I
on
literally
anyone.
didn't say that.
Now
I
you
had the
get
option to say that.
Well, not on my watch, you won't.
It's not happening on your watch because it's not happening, please.
Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw her under your moral intern steamroller. Fuck that shit.
Should I take off the moralist pants? I'll take off my pants right here, right now, Titus. Don't step to me.
Fuck you too, moral
Okay. So, does Titus at least does Titus want you rolling back the homophobia at least?
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
Unfortunately, as an investigator, it's my job to fuck back on.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
Impossible logic? I mean, it does look kind of high. I've already done some weird little saving in here. Can I come back to the logic? He does his He does his full-on shuffle every single time. What do you think Harry's face looks like when I save game? Not that I think I'm gonna need it or nothing.
It's you again. What is it?
However, I know it's just a white check. No, it's just a white check. What's up?
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought.
Why are you so sure Ruby didn't off him? I mean, I guess if it's a sniper shot, then that's weird and invisible and what's up?
Because she was here all night with us.
There is that, yeah. That matches up with what I've been told.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's Cop 101.
No. If you could just listen to what I'm actually saying instead of what you think I'm saying, then we can all be good friends and kiss on the mouth, whatever the hell, and put this to rest. So
She was here all night, 11:30 to 12:15. She was here during all that time.
Didn't party too hard. Come on, witness, tell me what's up.
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
She didn't go to the toilet, she didn't go to the bar, she didn't go for a smoke. Tell me about just one smoke.
No.
In the whole 45-minute window.
Alright, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry. We're not getting into what that operation is again, Cole.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
Hi to you, weirdo. Hi to you, hopping into the chat. There's some 1 a.m. shenanigans. I wish I could be nearer to Egghead, be at the rave, be just helping him mix up some sick beats. I can't decide which character in this game is the scariest to me so far, though. Titus is up there. I keep thinking the tension is going to go away when I talk to Mr. Swag across his arm in the little red cap. I keep thinking it's going to get 1% better sometime. Maybe it still seems pretty bad, though. You're saying, I mean, Elena's right. Cops do love making shit up to get convictions. Yeah. As much as it's a pain to work through on this, and they're absolutely right in every instinct. And you're saying if she was with them all night, it wouldn't make sense, considering we know the shot came from a while away if no one heard it. Demanding the egg boy. And we're saying Titus feels like someone's gonna punch me. You know, what's more is that we're encountering them in like leisure situations too. He could walk into that church to rave, theoretically. He doesn't look like a raver, but I don't really know what that looks like.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot him. I've been through this. It's not plausible.
So you're saying you considered her once or twice?
Alright, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. This was crucial. Now let's place her on that roof.
Logic, I know you belong to a cop. Oh, okay. Yeah, which one of these do we go for? You know the shot came from the roof, I guess.
Why not? You can't draw a straight line into Clausia's window from any of the surrounding buildings. Not from what I know about Martinez.
Huh. Okay. I wasn't quite sure.
Maybe from the coast. But like I said, I've been too busy dealing with you idiots. So no, I don't think it was a sniper. It was close up.
There's a secret route.
How?
You didn't know. Well, now you know. It's through an abandoned pinball workshop.
People say there was a pinball arcade here, sometime before the hostel. What was it called, Theo?
What is it called?
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
Well, you know, it's a doomed commercial area in here.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this building. Or an elevator, for that matter.
We took the elevator.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop.
Oh, God. Oh, God. So we say from there, a door leads straight out to the roof. You could just step outside. I don't know. I love talking to Kim. We can say good one, Kim, because it is a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, it just leads straight there.
Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
Oh, no.
That's quite the theory. We need to have a look at that secret passage, boys.
I mean, it sounds like you're taking it serious, at least. What can I expect from you? Cover up the evidence, or want things to cool down, but you didn't seem like you were gonna give her up anyway. Not that that's what we
Right when the law
want.
clears, me and Angus are going up there.
Yeah.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift. How about I go instead of...
Yeah.
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it?
How about the winch out back?
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. You saying it's part of the elevator she used to get up there?
Yes.
That's wall mystery down then. An architectural mystery. Doesn't much concern Ruby.
But you're not interested how it works? There's pinballs in there. Take my word for it. You'll find out it's still there.
Right. What the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Just making an observation. If I choose that, will it help me to be boring, or in my side quest to be more boring? Yeah, I'll go for it. I'll go for it.
He makes a gruff gesture for you to continue.
I would hope so. That seems kind of boring to me, to choose that right now. There were footprints.
Footprints. Recent.
We could say recent in some capacity. Or prints with horizontal lines. Well, do you only get one? Just that they didn't fit with any of yours on the scene.
Goes against your little theory, doesn't it? Then again, I've known few people in my life who own more than one pair of boots, and occasionally do change them.
Talk like that to me, man. Talk like that. That's seeing more perspectives. A little cooperative, why not?
Good news is, I'm still listening.
Thank you. I feel so civil together right now. And the key that I found there...
I don't like guessing, Cole. No one does.
Which is what I'm telling
He
you.
opens the steel door in the kitchen.
Yeah.
The one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you. All the time.
Then we're just... The only dialogue option is to pin that on Ruby. Yeah, I mean, I guess even as much as I don't want to pin it on her necessarily, sell her, give her up, that's what we're doing. Ruby found it.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key. Did it look like it was recently put there?
No idea.
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
We could say she made a copy, or she just put it back there. Or maybe I was jumping to conclusions. Yeah, we've tried jumping around in here. We do not pass those checks. Yeah, she could have put it back.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn interesting, but it doesn't fit well, and you know it.
Alright.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits, and he knows it.
And that's all your dialogue. Have we firmly established Ruby could have had access to the roof where the man was shot? I mean, it feels bad. It feels bad to bring you to this conclusion.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. There's a route to the roof. Me and the boys need to check it out. That's what we established.
And if you establish something that's not in Ruby's favor, do you protect her or not?
But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that, and Ruby doesn't carry one.
Yeah.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand.
Logic, you're so gung-ho about this.
Then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
I know. You're making me tense around here, Titus. I look back at the chat where you're saying I don't trust Titus. He looks like an older fisherman. What did older fishermen do to you? Ah. Ooh. I am really curious, like why, like, for some reason a sniper seems implausible to me. Did they want him dead that badly? It's really weird. Why did no one hear it? There were footprints. And it is good to hear Kim's voice in the middle of all of that. You're saying Titus looks like he drinks cigarettes? Kinda sounds like it a bit too. And honestly, it's a good frustration that I feel with trying to make progress up in this case in this game. He needs a gaslight keep girl boss t-shirt. Absolutely. You can girl boss, Titus. You can girl boss too close to the sun. We can say I've already established Ruby's running drugs. She could have smuggled guns too. We could show them the antique rifle. Yeah, we could. And the local pawn shop sold my lost gun to a woman. Maybe it was her. We're gonna meet her later. No need to bring all of that. And also, does that even fit the timeline? No, it does not. Show him the rifle.
That looks antique. A Belle McGray. It's inoperable. Where'd you get it?
Just under the bookshop, just hidden there.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many. And there must be other caches too.
Look at this place. It's just swimming in murder weapons.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down for good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought we'd found all the old spots. Why was that still there?
Well, I like the way this sounds like an actual dialogue, Titus.
We just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
And we could say, you know, I'm really, even though I like clicking through all the dialogue options, I'm like sure enough that the pawn shop did not sell your lost gun to a murderer before you arrived here. Yeah, I feel like I don't even want to say that one. So we could say she's maybe smuggled guns.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it? Every fucking 5 seconds.
Yes. What can I say? There's an electrochemistry in the middle of this guy's brain, gunning really hard for all drugs.
You were warned not to bring it up. Your best shot here is to just back out of it.
Damn. We could say, I saw her in the cabin and she'd have no trouble getting a gun. And we could say I'm not getting into it. Neither of these seem to defuse it, no.
Okay, cop. She's got connections. I could see how she could have access to a gun. That still doesn't mean she did.
Woo!
That's all you needed. Doubt.
Perfect. Good night to you, weirdo. I'll be here for long enough. I'm not sure if I'll see an egghead. So, I don't think I want to bring up the pawn shop thing. Doesn't mention it, no. So, I didn't say I'd prove she had the murder weapon, just that we need to find her.
All right, cop. Keep talking. I'll tell you when I've had enough.
We love consent.
T, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this. Why would she do something like this?
Well, just look at me. I'm an innocent little guy. I just talk to people because I like to know them.
Phase 3. Motive. The last component.
Logic. you're not completely meshing with my innocent little guy narrative. I know, also, we are the RCM.
The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you.
Mm.
Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Okay. We're saying it's not why did she kill him, it's why did she organize the cover-up. I mean, she seemed pretty gung-ho, but we know it's aligned with Evrart, and we could say maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge. I don't even think he's interested in that. Maybe she killed him because she thought it would curry favor with you. I'll go for the first. Why'd she organize the cover-up?
And I suppose you have a theory on that.
She could have just been covering up for herself. It hurts to say it, but I'll say it.
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea, wasn't it? The hanging. You went along, but she suggested it.
Yeah.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit. Right when she came back downstairs.
Beautiful.
Really, Shanks? Closio wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She was just the first one up there. I could have come up with that plan if I'd have been first.
Thanks, Eugene. I don't know.
Time for a logics demonstration.
Okay, we could say any of that. Eugene, let's assume you killed him. Shanky, let's assume you killed him. Eugene, you were the last person to... I'm not confident in any of this. I'm not confident in a damn thing, Eugene. Let's assume you killed him.
He scoffs.
Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Would you prefer to go on trial with your friends as part of a lynch mob or alone for committing murder? It still feels a little fuzzy to me, honestly, in my understanding of things. Which one's worse? So, murder?
The man is silent.
Tell me, Eugene.
If she used us to cover her own shit up,
Oh.
well, that's a serious violation of the Hardy Code, boss.
Okay.
Which is why she didn't. She would never do that. Why aren't more of you defending her? This is fucking stupid, Titus.
Glenn, you are so ride or die. That's completely respectable. And I'm so sorry that I'm here.
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left us in this shit.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good.
But their show of loyalty just now was so inspiring. Alright, maybe it's nothing. Maybe it's built on a cotton candy foundation because you never gave her the recognition that she deserved. Cool. You could go on to say maybe it's all part of a leadership challenge. Or it doesn't add up. Would I say that is part of a leadership challenge? Or would I say that it curries favor? It doesn't seem like it curries favor. I want to know if that juices any more information out of this. It seems dumb. I'm so damn curious, though. Curry favor?
You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike of the mercenaries' presence in Martinez, right?
Oh, wow.
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with Titus Hardy. She has to know that.
Okay. I mean, it said to avoid making him mad. Is it part of a leadership challenge against you? I'm paranoid. To ask it or not to ask it, but I guess not that paranoid. Maybe it's a leadership challenge.
There's no fucking leadership challenge.
Alright.
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks.
Yeah.
Okay. We ruled out infighting. That's how this works, by exclusion. Remember, all we need to do is rule Ruby out too. That's all this is.
Yeah. I'm glad you're here, Kim. So, things don't add up. Can I talk to her, though?
Silence. The old man in the corner nods.
Perfect.
A very small nod. And a trickle of tobacco spit on his lip.
Okay.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. Add it to your list of suspicions, if you want.
And I do want.
I don't know. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. Wouldn't tell me where. However, hard I asked. Wanna know why?
And why's that?
She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
I didn't know you were like that at the beginning of this conversation. Hey, tell me though.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Sheesh.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that.
Okay. Okay. Feels like some progress. When did she leave?
Friday afternoon, when you first arrived.
Yeah.
I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was leaving. That's when we had our little conversation.
And what was she scared of?
I told you. You.
I'm guessing the RCM and not Harry personally.
No, you. As in the cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
Well, that wasn't my first guess. She knows us?
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Did we kill somebody she knows? And the hole in his heart. Yeah, it's weird enough. Say it then.
Why not? You look about ready to do something pretty crazy because some bird fucked you over.
I guess. Ah, you can say don't forget the funny tie too. Okay. Is that weird to say? I've almost forgotten about it. I still haven't gotten it down from there.
How can I forget?
I am wearing a weird tie now. It's a different one though.
You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure.
It just keeps getting more intriguing. She knows us, doesn't she? What'd she tell you?
She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Won't stop. Can't stop.
Until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Okay.
And then when they're all empty, just move on, onto the next can. Don't look back unless there was something you missed.
Okay. Get that from high interfacing, huh?
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having to go on with our lives kind of day, Al. How about you?
Well, I'm feeling opened like a can. Not that you asked. Cool.
Silence. He nods.
Is it true, Kim? Am I a can opener? Have I told all of you guys that I'm having a lot of amnesia? Don't hate me.
You are insistent.
Anything else? Anything? Yeah, that's insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips. This caught Titus. This caught Pete. But she was too scared.
Did we kill someone she knows?
Scared? You should be, too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
That's it, though. Change the subject, nothing else.
Evrart has a file on you, but that's bogus. What she knows comes from somewhere else, from Jamrock. It must be real stuff.
We need her file. Who have we killed? Do you have any clues on where Ruby went?
She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her lorry, so she's on foot.
Oh, well that's unsettling. She could jump out from behind anywhere, huh? Okay.
Good fucking luck, man.
Thanks.
She
I'll
knows
take
this
it.
place like the back of her hand. You'll never find her.
Hey, I opened this place like a can too, apparently.
Yeah, Al.
found a cache of guns she didn't know about. Found a little secret-ass entrance. I'm finding everything.
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
Oh, Glenn was shooting for her so much. Okay, it feels bad. It feels bad.
She's not, Glenn.
Okay, I'll try not to cry too hard. I got invested in your guys' story, which I know is weird for me as the investigator anyway. Have you looked for her?
A little. On the coast.
Alright.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
Right.
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlog. She's not here, so I'm thinking she's there.
I feel like I haven't seen much of it, but the hospital was marked on her map. Okay, well, where do you think I should start looking?
Sure, there's some shit houses there. A cinder block town. Fisher folk there refuse to unionize, so that's one place we haven't looked.
I've been sleeping there. That would be messed up if she has also just been casually there.
I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes crash. Time for you to step up.
I'm so sorry. I have not been stepping up. I've been crashing also with the junkies.
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby look like?
Tell me.
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry man.
The cooperation does not feel good because it's the result of him feeling betrayed by her, of cracks within the community, which I believed in for a second. Why did I believe in it? Because it was so effective in blocking me from finding any information. What's she doing with the Ulan frequencies?
The what now? I have no idea. Boys?
Hey, if you know anything, say something.
She said she's building a pale emitter.
I'm sure that would be fascinating if I could know what the pale is.
What?
Yeah.
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she's doing Ulan frequencies and a pale something. I don't know more.
Yeah, I don't know anything either.
This guy barely understands what he's talking about.
Thanks for the insight, Logic.
There you have it. Pale something.
Please. Please.
It feels like you'll get to know soon enough.
But like with a little preliminary information first. Please. Okay. So we go.
You'll have to.
So we shake his hand.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite.
Wait, which hand did you take? Wait, this is the same day when you used these gloves to put one finger up your ass. Wait.
Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
Okay. We could tell him you should be a cop, Titus. I don't know, they don't trust him though. That feels like it would be an insult. What's he say though? You should be a cop.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am. I just wasn't sure you were.
Okay then.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks, then turns back to his men.
What was it? What happened? I mean, I know you came in here drunk, but I thought, I don't know, like, did she know you from your work or in your personal life? Or she would have told you something by name if it were your personal life. Kai at the 1:36 a.m. I'm concerned out there. I'm concerned. Let's see what I've missed in the... Hello?
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours?
And?
Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion. Classier. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end.
Look, I mean, we're believing her, and I know you got a problem with that. What do you mean?
Anything struck you a bit off about this mishmash?
Does it have to? The footprints in the pinball workshop didn't fit with the odd sole prints on the crime scene, and no one has mentioned hearing the shot. Yeah, everything. The footprints didn't match.
No, they didn't.
And no one's mentioned the shot.
Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you.
Doesn't lead to anything, you just finish it?
That's right. Finish thought.
Okay, break the fourth wall on me.
And conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now. You know that. Free as a bird on that roof. Lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me?
I don't know. The fleeing is a strong enough kind of... I don't know.
Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. He's just jealous. Move on. It's no use harassing her further.
Okay, logic. Are you sound? You feel sound right now. That's amusing as hell. Can I check the... Did I choose anything boring? I tried to choose boring options on purpose, and it wasn't boring. So it has to be like... It has to be more specific than that. Okay. I feel like I want to put one or two last things. I don't know if Joyce would have much else to say. Let's look over in
Inside, you see a set of steering levers,
over in the chat.
A pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
So you'd said Titus always suspected her and just didn't want to believe. And a little bit of commentary on the phrasing of curry favor. That was a lot about Ruby. I didn't expect it to feel that way. I didn't expect it. Like, I know it's progress and progress is progress, but they were like so tight knit. They were rooting for her. We were all rooting for you, Ruby. So she's scared of Harry specifically, not just the RCM. It's just Harry with the can opening instincts. And she's a red-haired butch and a smart science person with knowledge of the Pale. That kind of makes me wonder. Like, the church seems like this big side quest thing, but the silence in there and building an emitter, I mean, that seems related to the Pale. Like, there's a lot of people in there. They would notice if she was also hiding out in there, probably. There's Volition being jealous, Ruby being awesome. I do wonder. I really trusted Volition earlier. It was like the only trustworthy one up in here for a second. So it makes me wonder what's going on. And there's saying that you can tell Joyce about what you learned. Okay, I'm excited. I think that'll be a good finishing move. Well, could I go to the 41st? Do they have files on me?
Just a moment, officer.
Thanks, Alice.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
You could say I've lost my gun. You could discuss personal details. I don't think anything else is gonna come up, is it?
10-4, sir. Sorry, but I'm under orders to give a negative to request for personal information. Over.
Okay, but you can't tell me anything about me, even though I'm me.
10-4. Orders are still orders. Anything else? Over.
I absolutely fought for my life to not tell him that I lost the gun, and we're almost getting the gun back also, so guess that's it.
Roger that. 10-10, over and out.
Go on to Joyce then. Alright, so there's running around to be done. Click, click. They're saying the church stuff seems like a big side quest. And I feel like this game has a good way of having the things that don't seem as important be as important. It seems like physically as a location too, like that way. It feels so very out of the way. So very out of the way that it's a little bit tough for me to imagine at least something significant. Oh, hey. Village on the coast, huh? Wait, but when I was at the village just now, I didn't see her. Okay, so I knew she moved eventually, but I didn't know what happened then. Okay. You're saying that everything in the church is vital world building. Makes me wish I could have a little more goddamn information about the window. Alright, so we're just getting a jog in. Can she see us down the coast? Can she see us getting these steps in? I really wonder what their tech level is. I mean, I feel I've wondered that before. Get your jogging. I like to imagine that every step. Wait, can I fast travel from here? Yes, I can. Village. They're pausing to take a breath. Man. Yeah, if there were just... I know it's not really that kind of game. Hello! Hello, she's docked up. If there were a mechanic to help them get... Oh, she's tying it up. To just bring a warm drink to people when it gets cold. I'd be doing that all the time. But... Wow, does the ladder take it into the water, or am I just looking at it? Ooh, leads to a school of fish. Hi, Joyce.
I'll just keep the Corda Lacey in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier.
Huh, neat.
Hi, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Okay.
Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty.
Well, this is a strange little interaction. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, detectives.
Hi. So, just straightening up, huh?
It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
Yeah, that seemed kind of quick.
What brings you here, madame?
You got kicked out?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
Just exploring or something? I mean...
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Because I sleep here now? Are we neighbors? Well, that's kind of fun. You've been spying on us.
Spying has such a negative connotation.
That's a yes.
I did track your progress along the coast, however.
A big yes.
And decided I would be better able to assist you from here.
I don't mind. You were really near the communists, and now you're near the proletariat. I don't know what I'm saying.
Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the cordelate she read. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
Okay, perfectly charming. Guess you got yelled at for too long, huh? Hard to sleep with it? Well, how do you like it?
How do I like it?
I mean, and how would you feel if I told you that it's being threatened with development, forcible redevelopment, relocation?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her feet creaks to the tune.
It's kind of a crackhead den, but that's, I don't know, it's alright. It's alright over here, yeah. And...
the smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
Descriptive.
It's pornographically poor.
Oh.
The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
I almost want to say I've seen worse, though.
Fortunately for you, the RCM is on the scene.
Keep our reputation up, Kim. So, you're right to be scared. This is all your fault, or you're in no danger. The working class have no idea what's happening to them. But try not to be scared. This is just how the real city looks. Or, don't worry, I got her sword. Huh? What'd she say to us saying this is all your fault?
Maybe.
Above you, there forms a quilt of altocumulus clouds, twisting into each other. The wind tugs and stretches them over the bay.
Alright.
Their cloud shadows slide over the ruins of Revachol West. Wherever they pass, the temperature drops slightly, but perceptibly.
Okay.
It's early spring, and the rains are coming. An officer enters a low hut of stone and wood. Inside, weapons are piled against the walls. Rifles with splintering stocks, and swords, tens, if not hundreds. They're antiques, says Lieutenant John, the archetype McCoy, to
The
his partner.
archetype.
They're digging them up from the catacombs now, fixing them. Old caches from the revolution.
Fixing the swords as opposed to melting them down for anything. I never took a really hard look at this art for this one. Fascinating.
The children carry them up. Come May, the streets will be flooded. Outside, the wind rattles the loose hatches, flooded with cheap weapons in angry hands.
Well, you sound revolutionary.
Have I told you how they discovered this place?
The fishing village or the island? I'll ask about the fishing village, though I get the feeling you mean the island.
No, they're in Celindian, Isola.
Well, tell me what's in Isola, just for a second.
I'm guessing you don't know then.
No, tell me please.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty.
Well, I think they can hear you when you're talking about them. You can say oblivion. That's so me. We can say 45% is around where I operate. Things are getting better, though. Yeah, 45, but you can feel the betterness.
I knew you would sympathize.
Okay.
Most Revacholians will never know what this place means. Our home. This island of matter. Or why they were ferried over in the first place.
Okay.
Remind me to tell you one day.
Not today.
For now, how can I assist you in this new location?
Well, I could ask you to tell me now. I guess it seems like it's gonna be pretty in-depth and such. Getting into everything. Tell me what now, why not?
Do we?
I have no idea.
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are in pursuit. This is cause for cautious optimism. I would not want to delay you.
Everyone's hearing stuff right as soon as I do it. You've all tuned into this stream, Joyce, Evrart.
This story she will tell only before she leaves Martinez, at the very end of her stay.
Inland Empire. You talk like a poet sometimes and a game guide the others.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with, while you're hot in pursuit?
I mean, I have questions about reality, but Evrart, yeah, what's up? What's up?
She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say.
You could say this whole thing is a takeover. I helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. He asked me to open a door. He asked me to deliver a envelope. Well, I guess it's a takeover, yeah.
Is what you're about to say when a cold streak runs through your heart. Once said, there is no going back, Harry.
You can say there's still reality-based knowledge I can glean from her. Wait a second. What? That can't... Please don't lock me out of asking about the pail. Please, I'm just doing everything. Gonna take a sec to read the chat. What's going on? A large weight. Yeah. So no going back. No go. They're serious about the no going back. Cause like I would wait, but the stats are so goddamn bad. The stats are so goddamn bad. Do you just not find out about the pale? In her words, in this playthrough, is that what goes on? Well, things I've missed in here. A little bit about the church. Some weird friction between Joyce and Lilienne created by the class difference. They should get to know each other and go on a date. Hey, yeah. Yeah, you know. Stick them together. And you're saying that pornographically poor is a strong term. Definitely. Definitely. And talking about a girlfriend giving you a sick sword. Honestly, I wonder if that changes any conversations to, like, have that out and stuff. And there's asking about Evrart. So you need to tell Joyce about Evrart to get that thought that unlocks white checks, but it also makes her leave and you can't ask about the pail. Highly upsetting. Highly upsetting. Then I guess we would turn back for a second.
What if something happens to her and you've left one question unasked. Sneaky little question escaped your eye.
I know it's unasked. It hasn't escaped. But it is escaping nevertheless. Ah. You wanna know about the borscht?
Did you now? What sort of borscht is he making?
Get drunk borscht? I don't know.
The strike brew. That's a classic. And by turn up the heat, I presume you mean put more alcohol in it?
No, I turned the heat down, I think. Or yes? Yes, maybe, I don't know.
Beyond curious. I will choose to interpret that as you turning the alcohol in the strike brew down. For the sake of our professional relationship.
Perfect.
And because I don't like the idea of them any more drunk than they already are.
It's really strong, isn't it?
What else?
Well, he asked me to open a door.
A referral, you mean? I take it this was for someone in the RCM. Don't answer that.
Like a real door to someone's house.
Oh my. A real door?
You knew everything and you didn't know that?
The lieutenant does not say anything, but you hear the nylon of his jacket rustle as he looks at you.
Just saying, it had to be done. I got information. It was useful to the case. Why not be lying out here? It was useful. It's not entirely a lie, but we didn't do it for useful reasons, so it's like a half a lie.
That's good to hear, Detective. Police work is rarely pretty, but it sounds like you did what you had to do.
Okay.
Her bartering mind cannot fathom that you didn't ask anything in return.
Okay, opportunist.
Frankly, what was done was not pretty at all, but neither was it illegal, and it was not for nothing.
Okay, okay.
I advise you to be very selective with what information you choose to share. This may have consequences beyond our line of sight.
Okay. And we can say a little more, like the Union's militant wing organized the lynching, or there's mercenaries after him and now one's dead. Sure, tell him what Evrart said.
Misinformation. This is all because we haven't shared information on the lynching yet. See? Already the adversary uses it to their advantage. Don't let him. Hurry up on that probe. The moment you tell me you're finished at the traffic jam, I will gladly tell you the company's side of the story.
Okay.
She must really want you to look into the drugs. Otherwise, she'd tell you.
Did I never set you up with that little bit of information? We got some.
Worried for a moment that she's overplayed her hand by not sharing info sooner. Then she settles down, curious to hear more.
And Ever asked the Union's militant wing to fully cooperate with the investigation. We could talk about how they organized the lynching. I mean, it's not really true. Do we tell her that it's not true at this point?
Yes. That's the talk about town. The Hardy Boys, they're called. Find the name rather amusing, honestly.
And they cooperate?
How benevolent. Hopefully they'll help you sort this whole business out, if they haven't already.
While we appreciate your assistance, ma'am, I'm afraid we can't discuss the specifics of an ongoing investigation with you.
Well, well.
That is only fair.
And you could say the militant wing has singled out a suspect, or the lynching was a cover-up, or you've said all you can. Yeah, I guess there is a suspect. I'll say that then.
It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
Okay.
There's something in you that really likes the way she's looking at you just now.
Okay, okay. How about... I want to know more down the cooperation
How
route.
benevolent.
While we appreciate...
That is only fair.
It was a cover-up.
Oh my. Very interesting. So the militant wing is protecting one of their own.
Or they were for a second.
Her mind races to the conclusion that most benefits her interests. That doesn't mean she's wrong, though.
Alright.
It looks like you may untie this knot yet.
Okay, so I get a little more information, and then you feel the feeling twice. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to get all up and personal with you. Okay.
That really likes the way
Let's That's all we've got to say then.
Naturally, Detective. There are lighter topics to gossip about.
How about the envelope?
Sounds like he has you running errands, Detective. A well-established dominance ritual. Where did he have you deliver it?
Oh, right here.
Here? Oh no. What does that bloated hellbat want with my little cinder block town?
You just tied down here. Don't be funny.
It's clear the villagers
Okay.
already to her. Strangely so. Why did she come here?
You tied down here 2 seconds ago.
No, don't tell me. I don't want to know what he has in store for this place. Probably a statue. It's a statue, right?
Kind of a mega mall.
Giant statue of him. Or better yet, his twin brother. Practically the same thing, but makes him seem less like a psychopath.
And we can say you're fond of this village, or no youth center. No, let's just say it. He wants to build a youth center.
A youth center with Evrart Claire's statue on top of it.
A little bit of bias, huh?
Go ahead. Help him. Make it so. I have no power to stop him.
Huh. Well, you got fond of this village all of a sudden, huh?
I should be. In my youth, I had a brief dalliance here in Martinez. He was an older man with impossibly broad shoulders.
Not anyone I've met?
He's probably dead by now.
Okay.
Even his shack is long gone.
Okay.
Not that it matters. These buildings are all carbon copies of one another.
That's a rich life you've lived then. You've been here?
Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends
Slumming
of
it?
mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. My paramour certainly did not.
You miss those times?
Not overly so. It's not like this was the only place we visited. Me and my girlfriends from Azon with our shiny boats. Like reavers.
Just boating around, huh?
We told ourselves we were the worst thing to happen to the coast since the coalition landed in 08.
Edgy joke.
Imagine.
Okay.
She's sentimental, all right. You don't know enough about her to find out why exactly. She will keep her secrets for now.
And we can ask if she would like something other than a youth center.
First, there won't be a youth center. Whatever he has told you, all the residents, it'll be something horrific. Perhaps even worse than a statue. So, yes, I do.
He's got a great reputation, though. What?
Fishery. I've been speaking with Lilienne here. She gave me the idea. The infrastructure is all here, and with my connections...
That'd be neat. Power to these people.
Sadly, it's just one of the million things I'll never get round to. I just have to accept that I'll never be the rich candy girl who goes around solving people's problems with money.
Oh no, if you really put your mind to it. So you're sad you can't buy the place.
Yes. I'm sad I'll never have the time, Detective. I've always wanted a dilapidating fishing village.
The way you sounded fond earlier makes me unsure how much you mean that.
She is more defensive about it than usual.
Full of ghosts and ancient memories. Has this errand yielded you any information?
I think I'd just like to gaze longingly at the question about the pail if I can.
Of course, Detective. You can always drop by later, should something come up. Now, what else can I do for you?
Are there dice that reset the white checks? Can I do that? Did I already do that? Anything. Let's look at the chat and then I might indeed get going. I might get to my own dinner and such like that. So, just an unasked question about the pail and and find ways to be more boring, to raise the skill cap. I am really curious about that, honestly. Like, I tried to be my boringest self in a couple of these ways. But I'm still only at 2 boring points. I don't know how much spoilers I would come across if I decide to research that, like what kind of dialogue I can pursue, I can undertake to be more boring of a cop out here, because it's one of our weakest stats. I've been so much of a superstar around here, there's been no time to be boring. So, Hijinks Arcade saying we've been trying to get our gun back and out of the hands of a dangerous person and forge the signatures, but we learned so much about the drug trade. And Harry's into that choice approval. He just wants head pats after all is said and done. He just wants to be praised and told he's a good boy. So, yeah, I wasn't expecting the sentimentality in here. What with the absolute gulf of class between Lilienne and Joyce? Is that what forms as the most distance between them? That makes sense to me. I wasn't expecting the sentimentality, but it's interesting nevertheless. And talk about the girlfriends. Yeah, what's up? And there's yeah, you could paraphrase her edgy jokes as we're the worst thing since 9/11. Jeez. A second Joyce has hit the... my god. Okay, so you could be using that money for good things, though, Joyce. Actually helping the people who need it instead of hoarding it all to yourself. I mean, hey, from the sound of it, she's hoarded a little bit to her daughters as well. Still, sounds like there's more. Yeah, like what helps get that done? You know, do you even... with a certain level of money, does she even need time for it, or can she, like, make someone her secretary about it? Collaborate with an Evrart Claire about it, or... no, that doesn't seem open to collaboration whatsoever. So, I might... Will the wiki destroy me if I go looking for things that are boring? Would it even have things that are boring? I have no doubt that the fandom is completely dedicated. Oh, she's being sentimental over here. Well, this has been very nearly 3 hours of delving into the investigation, absolutely sinking teeth into it. If there was any last thing that I wanted to look at, would it have been items? Can I look at the dice? Magnetic die set. Oh. So there was a little bit of dice that resets white checks also. God, you still have a bunch of locusts in your ass too. Okay. Trying to make a little list of options. Appreciate everything that's been found out. This was an epic chunk of progress. What? Wait, you're saying does the dice work? I'm actually not sure if I wasted a second check, if I wasted a second use of the blue-white checks. I'm actually... it says to look in the map to see which checks have reopened. Distinctly. Yeah, there's ceiling and the ceiling fan. That's something as well. I was sort of tempted to go back for the ceiling fan. But yeah, the backyard wall is not there. Tommy, not there. Joyce. Oh, they still have her marked in the wrong place. Yeah, Joyce. So, from the look of that, that's not opened back up, or did I just click on it again? Those on white are available to try now. There's so many of them. Oh, you could go back to the mirror. Okay, beautiful. I can't even remember what I wanted from Andre. Huh. It's a good review. You're saying I didn't know it could undo white checks? I think I wasted it. So that would mean that the earlier save, going back to find the husband case, where I did that little separate thing for a second. That one, if I go and find the dice from there, then maybe the white check unlocks. You get to be more boring down this little diverging pathway. Part of me wonders if that's like so far down a different path that I'd be better off just exploring another save with the different stats if I want to know stuff, but I want to see the ending from the perspective that I've built here. The perspective from here. I wish that it has a little bit of the pale. So I guess we'll walk around trying to become more boring first. There's saying that I've known about people who finished the game and never found out about the pale. It's like that and Ruby are just two things that are just absolutely gnawing at the peripheries of this world. And I don't know. There's just so many little hints that hint at their presence, and just one huge lodestone of information that I wait for, I think. So, and Andre might be the dancing. You know, if I can't put any more skill into the things I want to put them in. Oh, can I though? That looked kind of promising, whatever was happening down here. We wanted conceptualization. You could still level up drama. You could still level up drama if you wanted. Absolutely beautiful. You're saying, where is Ruby is the other big question, and where did she do it? And did she really do it? It's been an absolute adventure here. So I think next time I'll look for things to become more boring, and the location of Ruby. It's not a bad thing to keep Joyce here a little longer and not just to see your pretty face. Yeah, I hope I can write all of this down into a plan of action. I've gotten so scattered all of this. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for hanging out with me on this. I'm off to have some dinner then, some late dinner for me indeed. 11 p.m. My gosh. Alright. And thanks for the company and advice and absolutely everything. I hope I can sort out some things and make good on all this.